It's tough, man. They're going to grab the Thresh for Snowflower. He is a great Thresh player, but
not sure that is a
it
priority
first pick worthy? Yeah.
Not sure that is a priority pick here. We have a lot still on the board. Obviously, the Alistair, the Maokai. These are all the Victor possible champions. The Kog'Maw that we might see first pick these days.
Well, I think Kog'Maw would be a good takeaway. And I like the Eve, too, when you know the Rek'Sai is not available for the other team.
I agree. Makes things a lot more difficult for Lyra. They banned 2 junglers. So what is Lyra going to play here?
Probably, I don't know, Jarvan.
Echo.
No, probably Echo. Yeah,
Echo,
probably Echo.
Nidalee, still options.
Yeah. Have we seen Lyra play Nidalee yet this season? I don't remember. I don't think we have. He's played plenty of Echo. I'd love to see some Swain, but I don't think we're going to see that. Sorry, Deficio.
Is he a Swain fan?
I believe so. All right, Rumble Eve.
Okay, so going with the early Rumble pick. Of course, with the changes to the itemization, that is a very nice early pick to grab these days. Lyra could go back onto something like the Lee Sin in this particular instance, and he has played Lee this season.
Yeah, Lee Sin would make sense, but I think the Echo would be a little bit more in line with what he's been playing lately. But, you know, if he thinks there's going to be that mid-Ezreal for Sasson, perhaps, wants to try to, well, it's hard to land a Dragon's Rage on an Ezreal.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know.
He lost one of his games on Nidalee. I remembered him losing one game on Nidalee, and that is true.
I see. Wow, Hecarim.
Bold.
Yeah, not a champion we see a lot. I mean, I think this mid-Ezreal is starting to look better and better, honestly. I mean, you can avoid Thresh. Lee Sin's not a big threat against Ezreal. Hecarim is not a big threat.
Well, if you can get that home guard flank and you have the items, he will be a threat against the mid lane Ezreal, because you can do some damage in that back line.
You're saying he comes in so fast, it's hard to get out of the way.
Yeah, and you can, even if you arcane shift, he'll just ult you right afterwards.
Seems like it's still going to be the Corki Ezreal, though, for SBENU. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you have to think this is going to be Rumble Corki Ez. It's a very standard composition right now. Huge amounts of poke damage with Equalizer and then the Rockets and the True Shot Barrage.
They can wait to take the Alistar, or they can take it right now. I mean, it seems to stand to reason that it's not going to be taken by Anarchy after last game, so.
Yeah, I'd take the Alistar. That gives you a bit more of a front line when you have that Rumble. So you have somebody very, very tanky to absorb some of that damage for your poke.
True.
So with the Corki taken, now we get to see what exactly is the mid lane going to be. They are going. Are they going to blind pick the TF? This would be fine into the Ezreal too. Yeah, same philosophy. You can push forward.
Wow, Jinx though. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Jinx is very vulnerable, to say the least.
Less vulnerable when they pick the TF at the same time, because of course TF is a very good counter pick to Jinx, because she just sits in the back line, and if you get in there and gold card her, you're not going to have too many issues.
Wow,
but they're going to go for the Victor again. Sasson did have a good Victor game, so no Runeglaive Ez this time around.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised we're not going to see that. I guess Victor's a little bit safer in lane against the TF, and that's probably the primary concern, is they just don't want to feed Mickey, you know?
Well, what's going to happen here is that Mickey, what he wants to do is push out the lane and then try and get those ults off, of course.
Yeah,
and if you can't match his wave clear, which the Ezreal can't match early, Mickey may have some very influential first couple of teleports, and in that situation, he may be trying to feed the Hecarim in the top side, getting Hecarim that Trinity Force, and that's going to be a major factor in this game. So we have to watch the top side very closely here. Sol gave up that early kill, fell behind in farm compared to Ixu in the last game. Catch has to do better about dealing with the Rumble in the top side, making sure that he's not caught out by this very powerful early game combo of TF and Lee Sin, and then handing Hecarim these kills with the Ignite. So it's all about playing around the top lane this game. Sasson has to keep on the pressure so that Mickey cannot leave the lane.
Yeah, this is going to be a big test for Catch, and traditionally that has not been the greatest thing for SBENU. So Rebels Anarchy may have put something together that'll help them tie up the series. We will see, though. SBENU on the verge of potentially winning their first match of the entire season. Can they get the 2-0, or will Anarchy tie things up? Let's get in the game and find out. I almost said, will Annie tie things up? And I'm like, yeah, well, it's possible, but just not in this game. Here we go. Rebels Anarchy versus SBENU.
Are they going to Sonic Boom their way to their first best-of-3 victory?
Well, you know, it was very much like a Sonic Boom last game. They kind of held back for a while, and then it was forward and punch really fast. Classic Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Mickey didn't know how to dodge it. Couldn't jump over it.
That's true.
Just got hit by the Sonic Boom. That was it.
Yep. Don't want to get hit by that Sonic Boom. That could lead to all sorts of combos, which it did. Some sick combos coming out of Sonic Boom last game.
And that's why we didn't see Mickey at EVO.
There you go.
Just eats the Sonic Boom.
Yep. Well, Anarchy with some deep early wards here, but SBENU keeping an eye on things as well. What do you think? Are we going to see any lane swap in this game? Probably not. Doesn't look that way.
Nope. Should just see the standard lanes here. It's been a long time since we've seen a Jinx here in Champions. Never really, of course, that popular in Korea to begin with. Always a bit of a rare sight. The unicorn of AD carries. Actually, that's Ashe.
That's true. Ashe is truly the, well, or Quinn maybe, one of the two.
I don't know if we can call Quinn an AD carry.
More like the lake sturgeon that is hard to find, but you really just want to kind of get rid of, huh?
I don't call Quinn an AD carry. I just call her crap.
Oh boy. Somewhere a single tear slides down Daniel Klein's face.
He didn't make Quinn.
Yeah, but still, he's involved in the champion design, people. I don't know the name of any other champion designer. Sorry, guys.
I think Daniel Klein actually secretly hates the person who made Quinn.
Oh, really?
I think he's happy right now.
Oh, that's juicy, man. Put that on Reddit.
I don't even know.
Drama at Riot Games.
I don't even know who made
Confirmed
Quinn.
on OGN stream. Oh, actually confirmed on Riot Games stream now. Yeah. We'll just blame Daniel Klein. We can do that, right? Anytime we don't like a champion?
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Well, apparently, that's what you're doing, so.
Precedent has been set. Wow, Nuclear taking a lot of early trading damage here. Snowflower taking a good amount himself as well. But the lane pressure is certainly going in Anarchy's favor for the moment anyway, and you'd expect it to. Ooh, close. Close to landing that death sentence on the Nuclear. If there's anything, though, that Nuclear is good at, it's not dying. Even when SBENU loses, he generally doesn't die a whole lot.
No, he doesn't. And he also has the sustain here, too. Of course, with the Relic Shield and the Cow Roaring.
Oh, Lyra coming up as well, too. Really putting the pressure onto Catch. Here comes Secret, though.
Yeah.
All right, blue buff taken by Lyra.
Interesting pathing, just going from the red right in. They're trying to make use of Lee Sin's early game power here. And Snowflower, we've seen how confident he is in terms of his roaming.
Oh, boy.
This.
He's really good on this stretch. They don't see her because of the passive. Here comes Catch now, just going to smite it right away.
And now has that Wolf Spirit. Snowflower going to actually
nice
get
grab
him.
on the Catch. Yeah, Lyra coming in as well. Will they have enough damage? Q lands. They're not going to connect. And actually, Lyra, it almost looked like he flashed, but I guess he sort of just popped over the wall there.
So they've tried to be aggressive, not really that effective, because we could see Catch already very close to being in between his tier 1 and tier 2 towers. Victor was there, and Nuclear and Secret playing pretty far back right now. And Snowflower really hasn't lost all that much XP. He's going to be a level down off of the next minion, but so he lost about 50% of the level there. That's about it. And now can Secret and Nuclear kind of start to push back out here. The Jinx doing a good job of bullying with that range.
You can see the win rate a little bit higher for Secret's Alistar, and you know, as long as the SBENU bot lane stays safe early on, as long as they stay even in CS, Nuclear can comfortably hit level 6, you know, then I feel like they can open things up quite a bit. You know, then we're going to see Secret going in and making those plays on the Alistar. Good start so far. You know, the funny thing is, despite all the pushing, Songyun is still down by 2 CS Nuclear, which is a bit shocking now that I look at that.
Well, yeah, we'll see once it pushes back out the lane and how that is going to shake out in the end. Probably it should even up. Oh, no, it won't. He actually is just going to be behind in terms of CS
Wow.
as we go back to the Krugs.
I'm really surprised by that. You would think, even with Corki, you know, doing pretty well under turret as far as farming goes, that Songyun would have a little bit more CS at this point.
Yeah, he did have to play back a little bit while Snowflower was in the enemy jungle
I suppose.
roaming, so perhaps he just wasn't going for some of the riskier CS, didn't want to be all in.
Oh, tried to get the pulverize onto Snowflower, but didn't quite land it, and that means no catch for catch.
No catch for catch. Well, this mid lane is going quite well for Sassen so far. He's starting to build up a nice little lead.
Yep.
Zoning the TF out, of course, with that low mobility, you may have some issues. Sassen has gone for the cleanse this game to deal with the gold cards.
Yeah, and we can see Soul putting down some deeper wards this time around, not playing it quite so crazy up in top lane. Still going to need catch up there once TF hits 6. But he's a little bit better situated to avoid Lyra anyway.
Very interesting composition from Anarchy because they have a lot of very useful tools to deal with Sassen. They've got, of course, the displacement from the Lee Sin kick. They have a lot of backline threat on Victor with the Hecarim and the Twisted Fate. So if they can kill him quickly, that may lead to a nice follow-up from Songyun where he can get a lot of resets. It's definitely a very reasonable composition to run against Victor due to the fact that he has no natural escapes. He's just going to have to try and zone as best he can with the gravity field. And there's not a lot of good peel. Secret's mostly going to be wanting to deal with the front line. So Victor and Corky are sort of all on their own back there. And that may lead to some good Anarchy plays onto the carries. There's not very much between them and getting onto Sassen's Victor.
Well, Lyra comes in and takes the Gromp. We're going to see him, though. So they do know what's up there. And Lyra hasn't been back in a long time, actually, interestingly enough. Just waiting for those wolves, I guess. Huh.
I think see what he's waiting for here.
Yeah, it's a bit.
He could be
maybe the blue buff?
Yeah, he could be waiting for the blue buff. It looks like he took his blue buff. So.
Yeah, no opportunities really for Dragon yet, although with the double recall for SBENU, maybe? Nah. Maybe.
All right, catch a scene right there, but it does pop his Raptor buff, so he's going to know exactly what's going on there.
Yep.
Really delayed blue taken by Lyra, actually. He waited a long time to take his own blue. And now he is, yeah, that's a bit curious. So if they don't get Mickey this blue buff at the enemy blue, they may be waiting for quite some time, because remember the early pathing of Lyra was his red to the enemy blue.
Yeah, Mickey's pretty low on mana anyway, and of course you do have some sustain from that blue card, but yeah, he definitely needs to go back now and be ready in case a dragon fight breaks out here.
Wow, Warrior Enchant, Lee Sin. I love it. You're gonna play Lee Sin.
Nice and aggressive. Oh, speaking of aggressive, Nuclear going in onto Songyun there, taking some decent damage. Here comes TF, Secret, a little bit of trouble. Nuclear will he get gold carded as Ixu comes out, knocks Nuclear back into turret. Ixu has to ult away, but that's going to be first blood going to Miku. Oh, big true shot. Oh, big, not true shot, equalizer going down, but it splits up the team of Anarchy. Doesn't catch anybody, though.
That was such a huge investment from Anarchy. Sure,
bigger.
they get the kill. Mickey has that Sheen. He's got the burst. He manages to take out Nuclear, but it came at a pretty high price.
So many people got really low there. You know, can SBENU just take Dragon in response?
No, they can't.
I guess
really.
they didn't go back. Okay.
I mean, Nuclear's going to be back with a bye, and Songyun has that BF sword already. We'll see. There are a lot of recalls coming in now, a little bit delayed as they had to push the wave off of the turret. So Anarchy just going for another invade here. Onto the Gromp, and it looks like they know, SBENU knows exactly what's going on in their own jungle right now.
Bit of an odd situation with that fight. And Nuclear a little bit down on CS. They're going to need to do a lot more than kill him once. But either way, getting a kill onto that Twisted Fate with the very first ultimate is exactly what you want to do if you're Anarchy.
Yeah, I mean, it could have gone better. It is true that it wasn't a perfect gank right there. They did get low. They only got the one kill.
Yeah.
And it was disengaged relatively well by SBENU, and it required a massive investment into a tower dive.
I mean, they didn't lose Dragon for it, though. They only lost one person. Could have been a lot worse for Anarchy.
Certainly could have. So Dragon still available.
Yeah,
for the taking, and now 0 global pressure for the time being from Anarchy. So SBENU has a chance just to farm it out right here.
Oh,
Ixu
very, very low, and no flash because he didn't take the summoner, just trying to get away with that E, and he'll barely make it out. I feel like
dropped the equalizer.
I was gonna say, I feel like equalizer could have really been helpful there.
Didn't even have his ult.
Yeah, I have no idea why he didn't do that.
Soul, he was dead.
Well, he's not a very good top laner. All right, going in, on to Snowflower. There's a knock-up. Lyra throws in the Q, but they're just going to chase. There's a flash from Snowplower.
Plowing that snow.
I guess so.
He's got his snow truck.
Really have been.
He's going to clear out the streets of Seoul.
It's a very Minnesota-oriented cast tonight, apparently.
There's plenty of snow in Seoul for the snowplower here.
Not these last couple of years, though.
There's been enough. They've had to break out the plows.
Have they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You have to plow the streets.
Dude,
when it
in my
snows.
neighborhood, there was like no snow at all this last winter.
No snow at all.
More or less.
No, it can't be more or less than no snow at all.
Mostly no snow.
Sorry, you don't get
almost no
You
snow.
don't get to sit here and make absolute statements and then that got them done.
Sure you do, man. That's how you use English now. You make lots of absolute statements and just expect people to assume that you mean the not absolute. Where have you been for the last 10 years?
Not doing that because it's ridiculous.
Well, get with the times, man.
No, I will not.
Time marches on with or without you, Monte Cristo.
It's okay. I don't care. I march to the beat of my own drum Doha.
We'll see what you say when we're all in our robot bodies communicating just fine and you won't understand a thing.
I'll be happily dead by that time.
That got dark really fast, didn't it?
No, I'd be happy. It's fine.
Oh, all right. Wow. Oh, Mickey could be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Catch with the ultimate. Can they do something? Nope. Lantern will pull Mickey to safety through the dark passage.
Which is actually light because it's a lantern.
Through the light passage. Nope. Headbutt pulverize onto Lyra. There's a flash for him, though, so he could have used it if he didn't already have something that let him get over walls.
Is basically a flash without using flash?
Yeah. Exactly. Nerf, please. Still no dragons, so it's been a long game without dragons.
It has been. Well, I mean, it's only 12 minutes into this. There's actually been a lot of action in the lane so far.
Yeah.
Maybe seeming like a little bit later than it actually is. This time, I mean, it's pretty normal to see the first dragon go down at 14, 15 minutes in Korea.
I suppose.
So here we go.
They're going to try to make a play on the Soul. Flashes even as the gold card hits him under the turret. Ixu taking a lot of damage there. Good equalizer, but not quite enough. Catch a little bit too afraid to go in there with 3 members of Team Anarchy, so they are making good plays with this TF.
And that is the danger. I mean, I talked about this in the Champ Select.
Yep.
That Hecarim Lee Sin TF combo is very deadly to Soul's Rumble. Not really much counterplay to what was given unless you have Catch ready in the top side. And Sasin, again, I feel like, just like I felt last game, he's not punishing enough with this Victor. He doesn't have the vision in the mid lane to actually play in a more aggressive fashion. I mean, even though Mickey went out of the lane right there, he didn't actually put that much damage down onto the turret itself.
Yeah.
So it's basically, there was no counterplay whatsoever.
SBENU.
And because Catch was on the top side, but he was too late, they couldn't actually do the dragon.
Oh, gold card used early. Oh, flashes over the headbutt. There's a summoner to use, but he got out of what would have been probably certain death.
Tricky. A little tricky for Mickey.
Tricky Mickey. Although, not exactly a win for Anarchy there. Having to use that flash. Just an ability combo from Alistar.
Now, a lot of disrespectful plays from Mickey this game. He's taking some very high-risk, low-reward plays because realistically, even if he had been able to get onto Sasin, his cleanse was up, so he's probably not going to kill him, especially that close to the tower, even though he does have the Ignite.
That's the danger, is that you get a little bit ahead and then you start to get a little bit too excited about it. And here's a dragon attempt coming in from Anarchy. Will SBENU try to punish this? It doesn't look like they will. And first dragon of the game taken by Anarchy. They didn't get a single one in game number 1.
Yeah, and how is Mickey after having...
Uh-oh, there's a gank onto Sasson, but here comes Secret, just going to push Mickey right away. Sasson's still in a lot of trouble, though. Nice pulverize, might have saved the mid laner. No, Lyra able to get that kill, nearly goes down to the turret, somehow makes it out, and it's a melee in the mid lane now. There goes Spirit, another kill for Mickey, and Anarchy takes the turret, takes the team fight. Somehow Lyra survives.
Lyra having a giggle right there. He actually lived through the ignite from Secret.
Yeah.
So an all-in on that mid lane, and there's just no response on the map from SBENU. Soul used his teleport right there, and here we go.
Well, gold card going to be going down. Nuclear already uses that Valkyrie. A lot of damage onto Mickey, but Songyun walking right in with all those auto attacks. That is going to be a dead Corki. There's the flay. And Songyun, the rest of Anarchy, definitely getting excited about that one.
And just a rocket, too.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, look out.
So,
yay, celebration rocket.
I mean, if we look at this right now, the tower's already deeply chipped out, so they try and make a play. Snowflower misses the hook. Lyra gets the kick, doesn't quite finish off Sasson, and now they turn on to Lyra, but a flash will get the kill finally for Lyra. He escapes with just a tiny amount of health, but there's 4 people in the mid lane right now. And what is Corki doing? I mean, you shouldn't be able to stack like that for such... There's been no counterplay cross-map from SBENU this entire game. Basically, Anarchy just makes a play and SBENU sits there every single time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Corki and the Dragon's already down, there's really not a lot of reason for you to put tons of pressure on the bot lane like that.
Well, I
you're
mean,
not a great split pusher if you're Corki.
He has the Trinity Force, so he's definitely able to kill towers quickly.
Still, though.
Well, that's what he had to do. He had to do something to respond to that, but he didn't pull back soon enough because obviously Anarchy could run from the mid to the bot lane, and you should know whether Destiny and Gate are up or not.
And where was Catch?
Yep. Well, it's been the story of the series, more or less.
Story of the season.
I mean, Catch hasn't been there for any counter ganks. He hasn't been there for any ganks. He's ganked like, what, once this entire series so far?
Yeah.
Gank mid lane this game.
That's about it. And where there was a pretty big lead for Anarchy that they came back while Sasson gets grabbed by the death sentence, flayed as well. Looks like he'll be able to make it up for now, but I mean, that was cute. But
the style W.
Yeah, I mean, even though we saw a lead of about this size last game and SBENU come back, this is a very different situation.
Well, they can still make picks. They absolutely can. They have an Evelyn. They can catch people off guard. They can then take the objectives off of it.
Anarchy, though, has much more pick pressure themselves this time around.
Yeah, it's hard. Uh-oh.
Oops. Uh-oh, bug splat. Oh, no! Quick, W as fast as you can.
Oh,
all right.
Boy.
So what should we tell Riot about that bug splat? Well, we were observing the game, and Anarchy started winning, so...
So bug splat.
Yeah, so bug splat.
So we'll hope this wasn't one of the bug splats that will stop the loading at 80 or 90%.
Yep.
Oh, no, we're already back.
Yep, looks that way. All right, great. Whew, that was a close call, man. Gold card onto Soul, but not doing a whole lot.
I'm sure you guys all really enjoyed seeing the desktop of our observing PCs.
Yep. It was a beautiful thing. And so, as we and the players all regroup, looks like bottom turret's finally going to be taken by SBENU, or not. Or not. Big play going down the bot lane. Here comes Ixu. Flash used, equalizer. They don't catch him with the flay. Ah, but they do get Secret. Just ults right out of that one, though.
Yeah, no problem, but still no objective able to be taken by SBENU. They're trying to get something. They want to claw their way back into some sort of gold relevance in this game.
Yeah. Wow, Snowflower just ate a big death ray.
Always hurts to eat the big death ray.
I know, right?
But I'm just really surprised about Sasson in this game, how he was falling so far behind Mickey's Twisted Fate, how even though Mickey was TPing in the other lanes, there was more damage onto Sasson's turret. Just really weird. I mean, if you want to pick this victor, the best way to play around it is the way we see SKT do it. Play around it with a hell of a lot of wards so you can just continually win those trades and just grind down your opponent's tower over time.
Yeah. Well, Mickey chasing down Secret with that gold card, hovering ominously above his head. Wow, he tries to speed himself up, but doesn't quite get there. Huh. You know, it almost looks like SBENU is just nervous, you know? I mean, I wonder how much how the pressure is, you know, being in a situation where they realistically could win their first series of the tournament.
Yep, and I mean, SBENU has had basically one good game a series, but they haven't ever actually put together 2 complete games.
True.
As there's the Destiny. Flash has
Flash
to be
from
used.
Secret. Yeah, they tried to zone with the gravity field as well too, so.
They knew his Unbreakable Will was down, so they basically get a free summoner, and now they have priority on this turret. And
Secret getting grabbed, goes right in the middle. Wow, just immediately evaporates with all that damage. Snowflower manages to pick up the kill in the end, but when Alistar is dying like that, you know there's problems. Equalizer goes down, does split up Anarchy. He's just going to ult right back in. Ixu all over Catch, and the Ignite going to burn him down. Sawsum turning around. Ixu still may be in trouble. There's Soul, comes right in with the auto attack for the kill, but now Jinx is getting excited. Songyun throws a rocket in there. Whoa, Lyra turns around for the kill onto Sawsum, and that is nearly a clean ace, only losing Ixu. What a team fight. That's certainly going to be an inhibitor in favor of Anarchy.
Yeah, Anarchy just pushing this advantage forward. They're getting the resets for the Jinx here, which allows them to continue these fights, and they have so much CC from the Twisted Fate right now, just repeatedly taking those gold cards alongside the Thresh, that it's easy for them to follow up on some of these engagements and push through the turrets. They also have they have a Trinity Force, a Lich Bane, so they can go through the towers with some speed. Now Secret just makes a mistake right there in the front line when he knows his ultimate is down. And so another turret gets very, very low. It pops right there. That means Jinx gets excited. Ixu gets into the back line once again. Rocket going to run wide. And Ixu in a bit of trouble, but Soul just drills him right in the face. But Lyra, again, showing off his aggressively Sid plays, comes back, gets the kick onto Nuclear with a flash, really extending the play with the use of that Sonic Wave.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a bizarre game. You very seldom see games where Nuclear is 0-3-1, but this Corki has not been very good, and they just haven't played around the TF well as a team.
No, they do not understand how to play against TF. This is very strange to see, and it's been a very dominating, what I assume will be a win for Anarchy here. They're on the Baron. They have an 11K gold lead. They are on the cusp of taking this one home.
Yep, 10-1 in kills. And doesn't look like there's anything to do yet. Just burning the ult just to make sure they have vision over the team. Mickey may go in anyway. Nope. Just over to the other side of the jungle just to push up that bot lane. Or kill the Wolves.
The Wolves are mine. I used my ult for this.
Goodbye, Wolves. I came for you. Well, SBENU trying to set up a pick here. Mickey's like, where's everybody? Suspicious. Whatever you say, Rumble. Oh, the grab misses Nuclear because he's going deep. There's some flashes used. Catch trying to make a play, but no play to be made. And Sawsum still taking some serious damage on that tier 2 turret. Oh, only Ixu dying so far on Anarchy. What a huge difference. Look at that, 42,000 to 29,000 at 23 minutes.
Very early in the game, too. So there's pretty much nothing that SBENU can do, especially because the magic resist building is going to be just immensely effective against them. So this gold going to be pretty darn efficient when it comes to itemizing defensively against what SBENU is throwing at Anarchy. And they should be using this Baron perhaps a little bit more aggressively right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mickey was a little bit worried. He canceled his recall.
He doesn't have any wards, so it's really dangerous
yeah.
for him to push forward. But they have to put some threat onto the tier 2 in the top side. They come back. They tried earlier. Snowflower had to flash. They're back again. They still have about 50% of their Baron left. And
yeah,
Jinx is going to go through these turrets pretty fast.
I really feel like Mickey could sell one of his Doran's rings for a turret. Here's why. Oh, goodbye, Mickey. Enjoy your Doran's rings, fool. You could have had turrets and vision, but nope. It doesn't matter anyway. There's another inhibitor turret going down. There's another inhibitor going down. They grab him. Wow, in on the Soul. There's a box as well. Just zoning for that inhibitor. Secret comes in for the knockup. Nuclear wants to grab a kill. Soul will pick it off anyway. They'll still lose that inhibitor.
Well, nothing they could do. SBENU had to spend 2 people to actually make that play, and therefore Pretty safe for Anarchy to just assume that the 4v3 was going to be successful in the top side. Indeed it was.
Yep.
And that is an inhibitor. So proper response from Anarchy. Doesn't really matter if Mickey dies, even though I agree he is a fool. Now, see, now he knows.
Yep.
He sold his Doran's Ring and bought a ward.
What a great idea that was. Soul coming down. They want to make a play onto Ixu here. Everybody moving ahead. Some damage slowly picking away as we see one of the slowest chases ever. That's just broken off because they don't have vision in the lower jungle.
Yep. Don't want to actually go forward on that. They know that Anarchy could be lurking around that corner in the river, and indeed they are. So intelligent disengage. I mean, Soul has the Leandries right now, but that's about it, and that's not going to be enough to actually deal the damage necessary to Ixu.
Yeah, even with those AP item buffs, Mickey in a little bit of trouble getting a gold card on the catch. Whoa, who caught who? Usually it's catch being caught. That's true. They use the ignite there, though. It's nice to get that summoner out of the way, but all the minion waves coming in. Whoa, we got him! Not even going to get back to turret, or back to base, rather, and oh yeah, I think this one's getting pretty much over. Nice pick off by Songyun as they take down the last inhibitor. And Anarchy in prime position to take this one home. They're going onto the inhibitor turrets now. Super minion waves going to be pushing into the bases very soon here. It's the last stand of SBENU in game number 2, but I think we all assumed this was going to be going to 3 games. I know I did.
That seemed pretty likely, just given the caliber of these teams and their standing right now. Not too convincing as to who is going to take the victory.
That's right. Well, I like it. All tied up. Spirit goes in, gets a 2-man knockup. Can SBENU somehow win a team fight here? He's pretty tanky with all those stats, and they do take out Mickey. Looks like SBENU not done quite yet. Nuclear Valkyrie is ahead. Doesn't quite connect with the rocket, though. And Ixu's like, oh, guys, I was trying to split push. Oh, poked by the rocket. A lot of rockets flying around today, aren't there?
So many rockets.
Jinx.
Got some harpoons.
Yeah, rockets.
Jinx rockets.
Well, see, in this skin, it's a rocket as well. It's not a harpoon.
It's never a harpoon because that's
true.
That's actually not the what a harpoon is. Do you know the harpoon riot? It actually has to have a rope on it to tether you to the target. A harpoon doesn't make something slower. It makes it drag you.
You need to understand, though, that Riot just decides to name things. And it doesn't really matter if those names are really applicable.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what we've
Dredge
discovered.
line, you're throwing an anchor? Who dredges with an anchor? That's not effective at all. You're not going to catch anything with that. You know, it's just a trouble. It's just a problem with things that shoot other objects out.
So Riot Games, next time you make a champion, what I want you to do, so you think you have an ability name, please reach for the dictionary. Did you know the Oxford English Dictionary is also online? Just open up that tab, bookmark it, and type it in and ask, is this thing? And if it is,
or one of its synonyms. If it is neither of those, then maybe it's time to pick a different name. Just don't name it Rat-a-tat. Here we go. Trying to make a play on a catch here. Looks like he will be caught yet again. Goodbye, Mickey with yet another kill. SBENU in a lot of trouble. What was Catch doing up there anyway? Oh, rocket comes through. Secret getting taken out by Jinx, and Anarchy excited to win this one. Oh, goodbye, Sasin. Lyra gets another kill there as Hecarim comes in with the ultimate nuclear. In the fountain right now, flashes away, doesn't want to die anymore. Oh, gets grabbed though, pulled right into the box, gonna Valk away, but that's the end of the game, and Anarchy takes it. We are tied up.
Yeah, and I really like that Lyra really committed to the damage Lee Sin this game.
Yes.
Had the Warrior Enchant, had the Hex Drinker, not afraid to make the deep plays to set up his team and to set up his allies. The diving was there for Anarchy, and SBENU. They just failed to respond. And you have to be able to play against those aggressive dives, because at that point Anarchy is taking a large risk, and you need to be able to take something else on the map or to stuff the dive